Stop upgrading the wrong characters. Hello everyone, I'm MGGod242 and on today's video I will be showing you what characters are the most worth your investment before you waste your resources. This tier list is based on my personal experience of the game content. Ranks may change with the future updates. I rank characters based on PvE performance, the versatility and investment efficiency. So first thing that I want you to know is that I created the chair, which is the G chair, that are basically for folders, the characters that we use mainly to upgrade our main team unit, which are N characters, R characters and SR characters. Now for the C chair, this will be a tier list for the characters that I wouldn't recommend you to build. You can use them like very early when you have nothing else to work with, but don't over upgrade them. So firstly, we have 2020 Chopper. He's a decent healing when you begin the game. He can give you healing and an attack buff, so you can use him if you have no other better healers. Now we have Vista, which is like, I think, the worst tank in the game. So once more, you can use him if you have nothing else to work with. He has a little bit of stun. He has a stun, which can help you. This character, I don't really remember his name, but he is not really that great of the DPS, but he's definitely better than Vista. Now Howard Gia Brook, that is also a DPS, but he isn't that worth to overbuild, to over invest in. Verona, that is in my opinion better than Chopper because she heals, because she is a healer. She heals and gives you healing over time, and she also offers you a shield. So for team efficiency in the easy game, I think she's one of the best units that you can use when you first begin the game. Now Robin, I will also place her on the B tier because she definitely does more damage than the DPS down there, and also she is an SSR plus, which means that she has more stats than the others. The B tier is also for situational characters. Like, they are better than the C tier. The C tier, they can also work well in the early game, but will definitely fall off later. So don't over invest in them neither. Now about Low, he is also a healer, so I'd say he has more utility than Robin because he heals and offers a team crit damage. Cavendish, I think is better than these two because he is a DPS and has a little bit of utility in boss content, in multiple boss content. When you have like in guild instance where you have like 6 characters, he can be useful very early when you begin the game. Now Cloud, I think that's his name in the game. He is another DPS. I think he is less worth than Cavendish because he is a mage and doesn't really do that much of damage, and he isn't that useful in that many contents. Now we have my goat Sandy. That is a single target type of DPS. He can be really useful to clear story very early in the game. He's like the best character like when you first begin the game if you want to clear story, but unfortunately he's not that good of a DPS in other content, so don't over invest in him. You can use him as a fodder later to upgrade like your SSR plus characters to higher stars, because SR's character cannot go over 9 star, and to upgrade a character into 11 star you will need a 10 star unit, and only SSRs can go like to 10 star and 13 star. So now we have Cracker, that is like better than all of them. He is a DPS that has a second life if he dies. Like he has his, when you will drop him in the battlefield, he will have his first form when he's like a little bit more big and has his biscuits around him, and when he will die he will come with this form where you can see him and he will be able to deal a little bit more of DPS. Now Nami will be into the picture just here ahead, like I think behind, no ahead, because she's on another DPS, she's a mage type of DPS. She does a decent amount of DPS on the early game, and she has a defense debuff that she can apply to multiple targets, and she also offers dart, so I think she has more utility overall than Cavendish. Now for Lucci, that I will place in B-Chat 2, he is a nuke character. Like he needs his target to not be too much protected, so I think he does more damage than Cracker, because he can literally one-shot a unit if he's not well protected. But he's definitely not worth high investment in the current meta, because with all the damage sharing and healing that are occurring right now, he won't be able to really shine that much in your team. Now Jimbe, I will put him into B2, but I will definitely put him higher than others because he's a really good tank. He offers damage resistance, if I'm not wrong. I think he also offers crit rate to your team, and he also increases the damage of the whole team basic attack. So he's really good, and he also increases the damage that you can deal to bosses. So overall I think he's better. Like if you invest in him, you will be able to use him in more content than the others. Now like this character, I think I will place him into the A tier. Now Bartolomeo, he is on another decent tank. I also personally think that he does better than Lucci because he offers bleeding, he offers you a defense mechanic. I don't really remember what it is. He also deals decent damage. So overall, he's a really good tank, and he is really useful to your whole team, which is like the main reason why I put him ahead of Lucci, because damage is not everything. Now Howard Deer Kinnaman, I will place him right here, once more ahead of Lucci, because he is a tanky warrior that can also, like, you can also use him as a tank if you have no other tank. He's really good in bosses. He has a debuff that can reduce your defense by 30%, which will increase your overall DPS in boss content. And he has a sustain mechanic. When he has less 50%, he will get a little bit of healing when he will get attacked. Now I think that actually it for the big chain. Actually I will also place like Kuma into the picture, because I will place him right here because he is a decent damage dealer. He can also reflect damage, so I think he has more utility than Lucci for your whole team. And I will also place Fujitora, if this is his name here. I will place him once more ahead of Lucci, because like Lucci is really a nuke type of DPS. So once he will get against a really tanky team, he will definitely fall off and become like almost useless. But for Fujitora, is really decent because he has like I think the highest damage scaling on his ultimate, and he has a mechanic that he gives him a random buff. He can get that's like the number 6% can get crit damage, speed, and other stuff. But the reason I place him ahead of Luchi is because he can also transfer it to another unit. So I think he has more utility than Luchi. Then about Smoothie, I think I will keep her for later. Let's first talk about Zo, that is really, like, he's really strong in the early game, so I will place him ahead. I think I will place him on the top of the picture, not ahead of tanky hero. I will place him here because he's really strong in the first month of the game. When you start the game, he's like the basic DPS you can get when you first start the game, but after that he will fall off. Like, he has a stun. He has a stun mechanic. I don't really remember how it works, but it's really decent in the first month of the game. He is really good. Now I think that the units that I currently have, I will place them into A tier because they are very strong, but they are more like situational. You need to really build a team around them if you want them to really shine, and if you do, they will literally carry your team. Like, not that much. Like, if you don't max them, they will just be like decent. But if you decide to max one of them and to build a team around them, they will definitely be your main carry. So let's first begin with Smoker. Smoker is a mage that has, like, I don't remember exactly what it is, but I think he has a dot. I don't remember the name. He has a dot, and he can also give anti-heal to one of the opponents he's fighting against. So he's really decent. Yeah, he's pretty decent, I mean. Now, Boa Hancock, I think, is better than Smoker because she is a fighter that does a lot of damage, and she has a skill. Like, she has I don't know if it's a passive. She has a skill that can petrify your opponents. It is also a multiple target type of skill, which is good because if you petrify 3 units, they won't be able to act until the next turn, which will probably save some of your units if they're low HP. And it can also increase the damage of some of the units. Now, Doflamingo, I will put him into A2 since we are on the A tier. I will place him ahead here because he has this skill. I think it's a passive that is called Springbird Cage. When if an enemy attacks, like anybody in your team, they will get controlled and they won't be able to act until someone attacks them or until the next turn. Now, Sentomaru, I can't really tell you much about him because he's a decent tank, but I didn't really use him. So I don't think he's worth the investment because we have way better tanks in the game. Now, about Magellan, I will place him here because he is another DPS that has dots on him, and that's actually it. So I don't really think I can place him here because he's a good DPS, but for team utility, I think he's unfortunately behind the others. But if you place him into a dot team with Smoker too, I think he can shine better than the others. Now, Smoothie on Small, I think is better than these two because she gives a buff to your team. If she's placed like in the middle, she gives crit buff to your team. If she's placed on the back row, she will be like decrease the crit raise of your opponents, which is really good. And she has a second ultimate that can heal your team, so I think she's better than the others. Now, about Ivankov, I will place him ahead of everyone what I place here, because he is a healer that can revive your team. So I think he will be really good in your team, like better than the others at least. Now for Aokiji Kuzan, I will place him. I don't really know if I can place him ahead, because he also has a decent team utility, because he has this control that is a freezing. He can freeze like 2 to 3 units. I am not sure if he can go up to 3, but I know that he has a chance with his ultimate to freeze 2 units, which can stop them from acting from the whole for the whole turn, which is really useful. Now we have Ace, that I will place ahead of them all, because he is a decent damage dealer. He has dots, he has burn, and he can boost the damage of your team, and this damage boost can increase depending on the number of Yonko units that are on the battlefield, so which is really good. And he's also dealing AoE damage on his ultimate. Now in Nail, I will place him right in the between of these units, because he is a decent damage dealer. He is a AoE damage dealer, but his ultimate applies only on the row, but on the line that has the most units. So he's a decent DPS on the current meta. He also has Raigo that can decrease the crit rate of your enemy, so he's really good. And he also has Statics, that is a dot, and he also can stun the enemy that has Statics if you invest Haki into him. So that is another story. If you invest Haki into him, I think he will be better than Ace, but not that much, because Ace boosts your team damage. So was that. Luffy, I will place him here because he is one of the best F2P DPS in the game. The only problem is that he shines the most in like player versus player content. He is not that good into boss content, but if you invest into him, if you invest Haki into him and Six, he can definitely carry your whole team. Like, he can be the main carry of your whole team and definitely help to beat stronger opponents. Now Mihawk, I will definitely place him ahead of all of them. Like in PvP, I think Luffy shines the most because he is a DPS with like that is a little bit more tanky than that is tankier than Mihawk. So I think PvP wise Luffy is better, but the thing with Mihawk is that he is such a damage killer monster that in boss content you can be outranking even worse just because you have like invested the most into Mihawk. If you have like Haki, signature and all that, he can like destroy every single content. Like destroy not exactly, but he can be the main carry like in any content of the game. How about Shirahoshi? I will place her like here. I don't really know because she's a healer, so it's hard for me to say if I can place her here because she can help your team survive, but the thing is that she's not really that good into over content. Like she can be for some, but like, I will place her here because she can help your team survive better. She's a better healer than Ivankov that I just presented you before. She also has revive like Ivankov, but this is like it's a different type of revive. She plays a buff on some of your units. It depends of the investment. It can be 3 to 4 and maybe even max. I don't over invest that much into her to know. But once your units have it, if they die, they will come back to life and she can do it again and again as long as she has used her ultimate. So I will let her here for now. Maybe I will change my mind later. Now Jozu, I will place him ahead, like here, because he protects your main damage dealer, which can really help you if like you don't have enough speed. Like if you don't have more speed than an opponent and that is first to act, he can protect your main DPS and help you survive until he's able to act. So I think he is really decent, and he can also store damage when he takes damage for your main DPS. And once he uses his ultimate, he can stun, but he can also like give them back the damage he has stored, and he will deal like a decent amount of DPS. So he can be like really useful for your team. Now Snake Man Luffy, I will place him like ahead of all of them because he's a limited character and he can deal like a lot of DPS, but unfortunately in the current meta, even if you like over invest in him, like if you max him out, I don't think he will be that good. Like I don't really recommend breeding him. He's a decent DPS, but they are just better than him. I even think that Miho will be better than him if you max him out. So don't really like breed him because he's like this kit is more of a him. If he kill an enemy, he will be able to like use his another type of his ultimate. It's not really his ultimate, so it's like a pursuit, but he has the same animation than his ultimate, but he's not really that good in the current meta. Now for Sengoku, like about Sengoku, I will place him ahead because he is a decent tank. He needs a little bit like lower than 9-star. He has a defense mechanic that he can offer to your team, but lower than 9-star. He can offer it only for marine units, and once he's 9-star, he can like the faction limitation doesn't matter anymore. He can offer it to anyone. So I think he's better than Snake Man Luffy because he can make your team tankier. Now Sabo, I will place him before Sengoku, because if you place him in a dot team, he can perform pretty good. He can do decent damage because his damage is more of him attacking units that has a lot of dots. If they don't have dots, he will deal less damage. If they have a lot of them, he will deal more damage depending on the number of dots they have. So he is decent, but better. He will be better in a dot team. Now Katakuri, I think is better than both of them. By both of them, I mean Sabo and Snake Man. He's a DPS too because he has an invincibility mechanic. Once his HP will reach 0, he will be immune to debuff, stun, and any kind of burst from that thing, and he will stay on that state for the stun that he has been reached to 0. And I think he will stay on that state on the next turn too. I am not sure, but I think it is possible. And like he can deal AoE damage. Like he's the AoE type of DPS. He can deal AoE damage. He can also apply bleeding on the opponent. So I think overall he's better than V2 over limited DPS. But definitely not better than Sengoku, because Sengoku will help your team survive more. Now I think guys that we will be heading to S tier, that are like most that are like units that you won't be regretting to build, but you must be wise when choosing them. I will explain you why later. So first, Kizaru, that is like the best F2P DPS in the game. And he is not a limited character, so that's why I'm saying that. He is definitely harder to build though if you are F2P, but once you will max him and like give him and like invest into his haki and signature, he will definitely carry your team better than most of the DPS that I presented to you before. And you can use him in any kind of team. That's the main reason why he is into S tier. And now Shanks, I think he's better than Kizaru because he has an invincibility mechanic, and if he dies once, he will come back to life with a buff, like a crit damage buff, like he will get more damage once he will attack. He also has an effect that is called Focus Fire that will make like all the single target type of attacks of your team focus the main DPS in the enemy team. So for team utility, he is really good because it will help your team focus on the principal threat. So I think he's definitely better than Kizaru for team efficiency. Now Mako, I think, is ahead of all of them. Why? Because Mako is just like the best F2P support / healer of the game. He has damage share, he has a crit boost, he has healing, he also offers an attack boost. Like he is just too good for healing, survivability and all that. He also has a second life. If he dies, he will like get into a state when he won't be able to act for some like before it is his turn to act, and once it will be his turn, he will stand up and he will heal again. So he is just really good. Now about Gorp, I think he's ahead of Mako because he's a DPS. He has a skill that will shrink one of the unit of the enemy team. So what is sinking, it is a skill, I think I can say it like that, but when he will use it, it will put one of the enemy into the ground, and they will stay there until the next turn. But the thing is, if he has it on one of his skills, but he also has it on his ultimate, so I think he can sink like 2 to 3 units. Like I've already seen him sinking 2 units at 5-star, so maybe to upgrade him he will be able to do it at more units, like 3. I think 3 is the max if it is possible. I am not sure, but he's definitely good. Now Aramaki, I will place him ahead definitely because he is a tanky healer. Like he is a tank and a healer, so he is really good because he will offer your whole team a defense buff if you place him right, because he offers to the allies that are in the same row than him and on the row ahead of him, so he can definitely place him, like give it to your whole team at higher investment. His healing just becomes too ridiculous, like a little bit too much ridiculous, and he can also offer a shield for your whole team, so he's really good. Now about Big Mom, I will place her ahead of Aramaki because she's a mage DPS support. Like she can deal damage, she can heal your team, and she can also make your team come back to life if she is alive until the next turn. But like she also has it for herself. But like this skill comes later when you will have like a high investment into her. But it is definitely worth the investment. Just make sure that it will fit your team. Don't invest into her right now because, like I said, Mako is the best F2P support in the game. So you can definitely stay with him if you have like over units to build. But we will go through that by seeing the over units. Now what build I will place him ahead of Garp because he is a AoE type of DPS. He can reduce the SP of the enemy team. He can also debuff an enemy that is on the same spot than him, so you can place him on the main DPS spot, like the main DPS enemy spot, and he will decrease his speed and accuracy, so he will be dealing less damage, and he can also reduce the speed of the whole team with, like, in the start of the game, and it will last until the end of the fight, or when he will die, the effect will also go off. Now, I personally think maybe, like, I think he is better than Whitebeard because he has a passive on his ultimate that is called Impaired. Like, he can also apply it with, like, his basic attack, kind of long, which will stop the enemy from acting for the whole turn. And he also has a field effect, which will reduce the enemy team healing. It will also apply dodge, so I think it's really good. Now, about Kaido, I will place him ahead of all of them because Kaido is, like, one of the best tank in the game because he offers damage sharing to the allies that are on the same row than him. So if you use the 1-for-1 formation, that will place 1 unit on the front, 4 units on the mid row, and 1 unit on the back. That he is in the mid row with 3 other units, he will take the damage of the 3 other units. Like, he will take a little bit of it. I think it is 50% or 70%, like 15% at 5 star, and if you upgrade it to 7 star, he will take 70% of it. He also has taunting, like at the start, he will taunt the enemy. They won't be able to use the EX skill, so for the healer there will be no healing. And he can reapply it by using his ultimate. So he is a really good tanky control tank. Now, about Yamato, I will place her before Kaido because she is a really good tank. She also has damage sharing. It works the same way than Kaido's, but for her, she will apply it into units that will be around her. So if you use the right formation, she can apply it. If you use the right formation and that will place her well, she can apply it to four units, which will be 1 more than Kaido. But the thing with her is that she has no taunting, so it is less team survivability for you. So she's really good. She also has control. She also has a control that can freeze the enemy. It works the same way than it kind of works the same way than Kuzan. But her, it will just be one of her skill. It won't be her EX skill. But it will be one of her skill. But when she will use, she can freeze she can freeze a certain amount of enemy. It will be 2, I think, at max. And she can also offer damage raise and control raise to your team, so they will get less control. So stun, repair, and all that kind of control, and damage raise, so they will be getting less damage. When she will also be taking a part of it, so she's really good. But because she doesn't have taunting, I think for F2P she's better than Kaido. But for Whale, she's like definitely better than Kaido because they can max her out. Like, even investment into her, she's really good at. She's definitely better than Kaido at a certain amount of stars. But for now, she will stay behind Kaido. Now, Uta, she's ahead. She's ahead because she's a support, so she's a limited support. She has she offers to your team a kind of most survivability at 8 star. Once one of your allies, like one of the units in the team will get to 30% of her HP. Then we get into Cradle Dream. Cradle Dream, that is an effect that she gives to your team at 8 star, because at 5-7 star it is meant for her. When she will get a hit that will kill her, she will get into Cradle Dream and will be invincible, and all single target attack will focus her. So at 8 star she will offer it to an ally that will get it to 40%, and after that there will be a cooldown of 1 turn, so she won't be able to give it to an over unit before the next turn. So she's really good. She offers healing and survivability. She can also buff the healing of your team. So if you use her with another healer like Marco, like your team will get back to full HP like really often. She can also buff the attack of your team. I'm not sure if I've already said that, but yeah, that's it for her. Now we are left with 3 units, and all these 3 units will be into the S tier category. So I will place them like this. I will all place them to S tier, but let me explain a little bit what they do. So Blackbeard, she's an AoE mage. She's a really good AoE mage. He can reduce SP, he can deal damage, he can reduce the defense of the enemy team, and he can also apply dot, which is really good. He also has 2 ultimates. He has one that he will use with SP, and one that he will use every 2 turns without using any SP. So he's really good damage dealer, and he's really good for team utility. Now Nika, that is like the most recent unit right now. Yeah, he's the most recent unit right now. He's really good. He has a skill that he can use to interrupt an action of the enemy, so he's really broken. He can be used at 5 star, but only for utility, for team utility, to stop the enemy from using ultimate. When he can do it, I think 3 times per turn. I'm not sure, but I think it is 3 times, so he can stop him from using a basic attack and using an ultimate. He also can apply dodge, that is static. He can also reduce the defense of the enemy team from the start of the battle. So he is really good. He's definitely better than Blackbeard, but you will need a lot of investment. Like he needs to be like 13 star max, like not really necessary, but if you want him to really be the main DPS and to deal like big damage, it will be necessary. But he is usable at 5 star for team utility, but you have to build him tanky and to build him like an utility unit. Now legendary Micro, are you placing ahead of them? Because he is a DPS. He is really good for team utility because he reduces the healing of the enemy team, and he can also apply annihilation, and this annihilation cannot be purged, so it is really good if you are fighting against an Uta team or a Big Mom team, because her revive in your ignores annihilation, but only on her. So if the over allies are dead of annihilation, she won't be able to make them come back. And he also can deal single target DPS and AoE DPS mostly, which is really good. He also has an invisibility mechanic into his kit. When he will reach zero at his HP, he will become invincible, immune to all type of dots and control and all that. And his damage really increases, and he can also boost the damage of your team, so he's really good. So guys, that's actually it for my choice. This is my own opinion. I'd love to hear yours too, if you disagree with me. Don't forget to like and follow for more OP selling content, and I see you on the next one. Bye bye.